Okay, hi. Yes, it's Hilary here. We're actually recording this in the 91X studio right now while I'm playing a different song on the air. That's funny. So thanks for including me in this podcast. I am the music director here at 91X and the assistant program director. It sounds quite fancy. There's been plenty of us over the years. And way back in the day when I first started in 1997, 98, I was Muckley's assistant music director even, and helped him out with his new music show and stuff. Anyhow, let's talk about the 1983 Top 91 New Year's Eve Countdown. Boingo made a couple appearances. Only a Lad came in at number 71. And I have to tell you, in the mid-'80s, I had my first ever wine cooler at one of those legendary Oingo Boingo Halloween shows at Irvine Meadows. First ever wine cooler. There's so many great songs on this list. I will admit, number one, Red Red Wine, UB40, not one of my favorites. Not a big fan of that song for some reason, but I was obsessed with Duran Duran. Their Rio album in particular, that's my all-time favorite. I had it on vinyl when it came out. Save a Prayer, voted the number 14 song on 91X in 1983. Rio came in at number 18. In one of my elementary school pictures, I think I was like in 5th grade, I'm wearing a button on my shirt that says, I Heart Nick Rhodes. True story. There are also a couple songs from David Bowie's Let's Dance album. That was another one of my favorites when it came out. China Girl was voted number 67 that year. Let's Dance in at number 22. And Modern Love at 46. That's my personal favorite song from that record. I will tell you from a programming perspective, the top 91s are a little bit of a beast to schedule every year because we always want the number one song to play like right at or right before midnight. So we're like doing the timing backwards throughout the day. I think usually they start in the 4 o'clock hour. And sometimes we'll recap the past year's top 10 songs right before we kick off the top 91. But yeah, it's always a bit of a headache to schedule. But then listening to it on New Year's Eve is so fun. I still listen to it if I'm home on New Year's Eve and love it and like get super excited, even though I know exactly what the songs are going to be. My husband, Chris, actually has a cool memory about the 91X Top 91s. And he will talk about it almost every year on New Year's Eve. He grew up here in San Diego, went to Mira Mesa High School, and I guess there was a guy named, I think it was Kurt Van Wagner, like a friend of his, that would have these massive New Year's Eve parties every year. And every year they listened to the 91X Top 91 Countdown. This is in the 80s, mind you. And it was like a huge deal, and everybody paid attention and was super stoked and couldn't wait to find out what the number one song is. So Kurt Van Wagner, if you're hearing this, my husband Chris still talks about those top 91 New Year's Eve parties. Anyhow, thanks for including me. I feel so lucky to be a part of this 91X family and legacy of 91X in San Diego. And, to me, it just feels like home, and I'm so grateful. Thanks, you guys.